Chris Angel. Chris Angel. Chris Angel. Chris Angel. Chris Angel. Chris Angel. Chris. There's nothing that people love more than tricks that require you to become swole as fuck. But for today, we're not really gonna need any sort of trick that gets you swole. We're actually just gonna need a trick that's gonna require you to take a little bit of time to prepare your hand. Because I'm gonna show you guys what's known as the muscle pass or the anti-gravity coin. I'm sure you've seen many magicians do this, but it's my intent today to show you guys different techniques for you to become the life of the party and be able to do the muscle pass at your next get together with your family. So I'm gonna take out a couple different size coins here to show you the different things that I've done to make this move the least painful as possible. So the muscle pass, for those of you guys that don't know, is a way of putting a coin in your hand, usually the right hand, and having it propel to the other hand, which with just the muscle of the hand. Now you've seen this done like this, where the magician puts a coin in their hand and they say, "Oh look, the coin is falling up. Oh look, you've seen the coin fall down, but have you seen a coin fall up? Oh well, I no, you haven't. You just did. You just did." So that's the muscle pass. There's other uses for this move, but the main use is to show off the fact that you spend entirely way too much time trying to develop a callus in your right hand. So that's the secret to this move, and I'm going to show you guys different ways that I've developed here to work your muscle pass muscle. Your muscle pass muscle. So as far as the actual initial training, now what you need to do is you grab a coin that you feel comfortable with. So usually in America we have things called quarters. Where you're from, they might be known as $100 bills, but we call them quarters over here. We call them quarters. So what you need to do is you grab this about this size coin and put it in your palm. Now to train this, what you need to do is press down on that coin and you lift up this part of the fatty part of your thumb here. What this does is that it's gonna cause the edge of that coin to rub up against that muscle. Now this is what you're gonna do for about a week. You're gonna do this anytime you can. The intent is that you're gonna create a callus right there in your hand. I don't know if you could see it, but for me, there's a fat callus right there and another callus over there. That's the muscle you're gonna need to develop in order to do the muscle pass. Now it's gonna hurt initially, not gonna lie, but you can't be a bitch about it. Swole as fuck. So it's gonna hurt initially because you're essentially creating a hard part of your palm that is not there before. So that could be the part that propels the coin. So initially what's gonna happen is that after this whole process takes place, you're gonna be able to squeeze your hand with the other hand and cause the coin just to pop up. Once you're in that position, you know you're golden. But that is the initial steps you need to take to get this muscle pass. Now, what's gonna happen initially is you're not gonna get the coin to even flip over. You're just gonna get the coin to just fold up, and that's all you need in the beginning. If you could just do this with the coin, that is the first steps in developing the muscle pass. So once you get to that point, then all you're gonna need to do is start worrying about squeezing your hand harder and getting that callus developed a little bit more. A hot tip is to just do it sideways. Just try to get that muscle pass worked with the coin jumping sideways. Now, if you use lighter coins such as these fake Chinese coins, you see that there's a couple things that might happen. Because they are so thin, they might actually just jump up. So you need to find the right ones that have a little bit of an edge to it, so that when you squeeze the coin, you could shoot that shit right to China. But you need to look around. I found these in a corner store. in my hood. So you could find these pretty much anywhere. I know that they're magic dealers, but these are feng shui coins. That's what they're known as. If you don't know what feng shui is, it's a very expensive habit of bringing in someone that knows nothing about interior design and having them decorate your house. So as far as applications of the muscle pass, there's quite a bit you can do. I know that you should look up, his name is Shoot Ogawa, has a lot of work on the muscle pass itself, but the main use for magicians is the anti-gravity coin. So you get a coin and you say, oh, I'm sure you've seen a coin falling down. I'm sure you've seen that, much like you've seen the falling of the Soviet Empire. But what you haven't seen is a coin falling up. And what happens here is that you get the coin in position. You get the coin here in position, and then you get ready to do the muscle pass. The coin shoots up, and from the front, it looks exactly like there's nothing. It looks like there's pretty much a string attached to the coin, and it shoots up and goes to the other hand. So that's the typical use of the muscle pass. Now there's other applications. If you happen to do a classic pass, maybe you pretend to throw it through a glass. You do the muscle pass, and it looks like the coin went right through the glass. You could potentially do a muscle pass and bounce the coin on a table. I don't know why anybody would do that, but you got to play around the move. And the hardest thing is to get that lovely little red action in your hand. Now, the full disclaimer, Pigcake doesn't take any sort of responsibility for you developing a callus and getting a little bit hurt trying to do this muscle pass, because you notice those are bruises almost. And if you don't know what a callus is, then you should maybe hit the gym a little bit, because you typically see them on your hand over here after lifting some heavy weights and getting jacked as fuck. That's the muscle pass. You practice that. You put the practice into that. You follow those steps and you'll be doing it soon enough. Just don't try to rush it. Just do this initially, trying to develop that callus. Then eventually, once you get to the point where you can, where you feel that callus there and you see it, once you get to that point, squeeze your hand. So put the coin in position and squeeze your hand. Do it that way, and then eventually do it without the aid of the other hand, and you'll be able to shoot coins into people's eyeballs and rob banks. There's a lot of applications for this. So y'all do that and do all the other things that people do, the patron things, the shirt things, the things of the naughty nature. I'm gonna go figure out how to use a muscle pass to get girls to watch me. For girls to watch me. See you again when I see you again. 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 When I see you again.